Straight up to our debating focus, Delhi's pollution crisis, which is spiraling out of control. The National Green Tribunal has severely rapped the Delhi government, giving it a 48-hour ultimatum to come up with a solution. Meanwhile, the Supreme Court appointed EPCA tables its report, points to laxity on part of the centre and the NCR states in curbing pollution. The Supreme Court had issued directives last year to these governments to curb pollution. The Environment Pollution Control Authority, set up to monitor action taken by the governments, found that no work has been done on ground. Hina gets us the latest.
Ever since this deadly smog episode started in the national capital, Delhi government has just been indulging in blame game politics. Now we have this exclusive document which clearly exposes Delhi government's claims. Just to tell our viewers what exactly it says, then in December 2015, Supreme Court had ordered the Delhi government that, there should be some sort of an environmental compensation charge that should be levied by Delhi government, 700 rupees and 1300 rupees per vehicle, depending upon the category of heavy vehicles with goods which are entering into the national capital, because remember, those are diesel vehicles and they are big contributors of pollution. Now this ECC charge, Delhi government started collecting this ECC charge, and last year Delhi pollution did go down because of this. Then what was found, that there were certain leakages in this collection, the way it was being done, because it was all through human beings, as in all through normal cops. Manually people were checking specific vehicles which were entering into the national capital, and hence this charge was being collected. Then Supreme Court ordered the Delhi government to actually set up some sort of an RFID, some sort of a tag for which installation of RFID may in principle be incurred from out of the ECC collection, subject to further directions. And this order was given in August 22nd, 2016, that you should, whatever money you are collecting through ECC via this charge that you are collecting from these specific trucks and heavy carriers, you should use this money and develop the infrastructure so that RFID tags can be there in about 13 entry points. So this is what the Honorable Supreme Court had said. Now Delhi government was supposed to release 120 crore rupees to SDMC, which is South Delhi Municipal Corporation. This report clearly exposes that out of 120 crore rupees, Delhi government transport department has only given 93 lakh rupees. Where is the rest of the money? Supreme Court has also said that the remaining amount that you are collecting via this ECC, you should tell the Honorable Supreme Court and the people of Delhi as to where exactly this money is going to be used. And we have the details of that as well. In total, till now, Delhi government has collected 440 crore rupees. So there you can see, as of 28th October 2016, over 440 crore rupees has been collected by the Delhi government under ECC. Now, the transport department is, we understand, in the process of sanctioning 120 crores to SDMC, but the Delhi government still has not submitted any further plans for utilization of ECC.
Now, the National Green Tribunal, they're asking the Delhi government to come up with an immediate solution within the next 48 hours. Let's also listen in to Director General of Centre for Science and Environment, Sunita Narain, on this issue.
Supreme Court has expressed its concern about the growing air pollution in the city, and it says that this is a public health emergency. What it has done is to ask the union government to come up with a response measure. It has asked them to come up with what it is called a common minimum graded response measure to growing air pollution. And the court is essentially looking for an emergency response. So as the pollution levels go up, what are the measures that the government does to kick in more and more stringent action? So for instance, the Chief Justice said, if the pollution level is, say, 200, which is double of what is the safe limit, you may decide to close down schools. If it is 400, you may decide to take the cars off the road. If it is 600, you may decide to shut down the entire city. So what is your common minimum graded response to a pollution emergency? That's what the Chief Justice wants the Union government to come up with. It has given the Solicitor General 48 hours to come up with such a plan, and it has scheduled the next hearing for Wednesday. And Supreme Court definitely said that the Delhi government also needs to make sure that it is in compliance with the court orders which have demanded it to, which have directed it to clean roads, to shut down on construction activities, and the Delhi government has said that they are making sure that they are now going to be in compliance.
In the meantime, the situation in Delhi is really grim. Now, our reporter Hina went out to find out just how bad it is.
The air that we are breathing right now, it's still toxic. It's just that there is no smog that we can see because visibility has improved because it's a little windy. But the problem of pollution is still there. It is very much there in the national capital. And as the Supreme Court today is also going to hear several PILs because Center for Science and Environment has said that it should be treated as an emergency, public safety emergency. Now, look at the air quality data that is now going to come out in Lodi Road right now. As per as PM10 and PM2.5 levels in the air, just look at this data. It is still at 500, which is a severe sort of a situation. So one cannot take it lightly, the current situation in the national capital that we are seeing. The big question is that why did the Delhi government and the neighboring states did not prepare for this sort of a situation, because it comes every year in the month of November. Why did they not take some preventive steps? The cleaning of roads that we are talking about, why did the government wake up only 7 days later? And this is something that Delhi government has to answer now.
Now, like Hina was pointing out, while citizens suffer, politicking continues. Delhi Health Minister, who is yet to come up with solutions for the city, continues to blame crop burning in the neighboring states.
आज टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया का फ्रंट पेज आप देखिएगा, उसमें कहा गया जो 1 नवंबर से लेके अभी तक का जो पोल्यूशन दिल्ली में 70% फसलें जलाने की वजह से है। नॉर्मली मैं मानता हूँ दिल्ली में पोल्यूशन बहुत ज़्यादा है, नॉर्मली भी ज़्यादा है, अक्टूबर में भी ज़्यादा था, सितंबर में ज़्यादा, हमेशा से ज़्यादा रहता है। बट आज की डेट में 20% नहीं हुआ, एवरेज करेंगे तो 20% निकलेगा, पूरे साल का एवरेज कर देंगे आप, या 6 महीने का एवरेज करेंगे, परंतु आज की डेट में देखेंगे तो 70% फसलें जलने की वजह से है।
गाड़ियों को बंद किया गया है, एक्शन कई सारे अनाउंस किए गए हैं, पटाखों पर भी पूरी अभी फिलहाल बैन किया गया रिलीज छोड़ करके, NGT भी बीच में अब सवाल उठा रहा है। काफ़ी हैं ये सारे जो
देखिए मेजर्स सारे लिए जा रहे हैं। पहली बार दिल्ली की सड़कें की धुलाई की जा रही है, मतलब फुटपाथ को, कॉर्नर्स को धुलाई करके साफ कर रहे हैं ताकि मिट्टी ना उड़े। तो जितने भी मेजर्स हो सकते हैं हर मेजर्स को किया जा रहा है, और इरेस्पेक्टिव की जिम्मेदारी किसकी है, हम ये नहीं कह रहे हैं कि सफाई करने की जिम्मेदारी उसकी है। जितनी भी मेन रोड से दिल्ली की सरकार खुद करा रही है। अभी जैसे ब्रसवा लैंडफिल साइट है, उसको जल्द से जल्द आग बुझाने के लिए पूरा सहयोग दिया जा रहा है। उन्होंने कहा कि उन्हें मलबा चाहिए, तो हमने कहा दिल्ली सरकार आपको ट्रक भी देगी, मलबा भी देगी, सब कुछ करेंगे। तो मिलके सब कुछ किया जा रहा है। और जितने भी पॉल्यूटिंग व्हीकल्स हैं, ओवरलोडेड व्हीकल हैं, दिल्ली में नॉन डेस्टाइंड व्हीकल है, उन किसी को अंदर नहीं आने दिया जाएगा। सब पे टीमें लगा दी गई हैं। कल से दिल्ली पुलिस को भी आदेश दिए गए हैं कि वो भी अपनी टीमें बॉर्डर्स पे लगाएंगी और सबको रोकेंगे।
Majid Memon of NCP has meanwhile expressed concern over the condition of the national capital.
What is happening in Delhi is something unheard of. It is unprecedented in the sense that in history we have never seen the pollution level going so high. It has become hazardous to the lives of Delhiites, and all those who have come to Delhi also find it difficult to spend even a few hours here, and everybody is worried about health, and the atmosphere seems to be poisonous, and therefore something on war footing is required to be done. If Supreme Court is intervening by virtue of some petition or suo motu on its own, it is most welcome, and I must say that Supreme Court certainly will advise the concerned departments and the governments to act immediately so as to relieve the people from this possible torture.
Now, as Delhi reels under the biggest civic health crisis, the government and those in power are going all out to battle the smog. Times Now's executive editor Navika Kumar spoke exclusively to Delhi Lieutenant Governor Najib Jung on the measures taken to curb air pollution. While he denied any confrontation between him and the Delhi government on this particular issue, he also went on to add that this isn't the time to indulge in any blame game.
Mr. Najib Jang, I always seem to be meeting you when there is a crisis, and Delhi seems to be hurtling from one crisis to another. Chikungunya, dengue took us by complete surprise. It required a whole lot of citizen outcry before anything was really done in terms of governance and action on the part of those who rule Delhi. Now we are in yet another crisis, which is the pollution crisis. Citizens are on the streets that they have a right to breathe. Why do we go from one crisis to another?
This is, of course, unfortunate. It happens every year, and we try to be prepared. We could have been better prepared, I guess. But it hit us more suddenly and more viciously than before. The government was taking measures prior to Diwali. You know, about 3 weeks before Diwali, they had sent out messages that the people should cooperate, there should be less patakas and so on. They tried to put a ban on Chinese patakas. A large volume of patakas was confiscated. But unfortunately, that Diwali evening, it went out of complete control. What did not cooperate was Mother Nature. The weather became such that the winds kept coming in. There was the burning of fields in Punjab and Haryana. So it all compounded and it came suddenly. Since the last 2-3 days, the government has been doing what it can. And I don't think that we should start putting a blame on anyone right now. The emphasis should be to tackle it as well as possible and learn lessons for the future that we can sustain this effort in the coming months.
But Mr. Jung, the question really is, who should people of Delhi turn to when such crises take place? You say that it was expected, it happens in this time of the year, yet we see we are unprepared. It happens every year, there is Diwali every year, there are crackers every year. Yes, the weather in October, November also undergoes a change. All of these factors are known factors. Crop burning is also something that goes on at this time of the year in the states of Punjab and Haryana. Still, the question that people want to ask is, we see the Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal asking questions, we see the Lieutenant Governor of Delhi asking questions, we see the centre saying that we had warned this in 2015. The buck, where does it stop?
No, that question is not so relevant at the moment. The state government is doing what it can. And when weather changes, then you can't start blaming Mr. Kejriwal or the central government or the Lieutenant Governor's office. That's not correct. Whether they could have done anything on Diwali more, I doubt. Whether the weather could have been different, if it had been gentler, maybe things would have been better. But it so happened that the winds turned and all the smoke was coming in. So I don't think that you should start blaming the state government or the central government for this.
So you're saying that it is fait accompli for
no, it
citizens
isn't.
of Delhi?
No, it
they
isn't.
should just keep quiet and bear it?
No, it isn't. The government should be better prepared, and we are learning lessons. I'm sure Mr. Kejriwal will agree with me that we will be better prepared for the future. Last year they had taken these vacuuming machines to clean the streets. Unfortunately, they were taken for hire and returned. So now they're back in the process of rehiring those machines, and all the steps that are to be taken are now being repeated in the next 3-4 days.
Mr. Najib Jang, once again I draw your attention to the fact that drastic measures and emergency measures have been taken. 1,800 schools have been shut down in the capital. Is this the way the reaction system should be for those who give governance to Delhi?
No, nobody is defending what has happened. I mean, of course it is a bad situation, and the government perhaps could have been better.
And what happens 2 days hence when the schools reopen and all the buses are on the road once again? Or are we thinking of a situation where schools should be kept closed for a longer period of time?
It may so happen that after 2 days the government will sit down and see what the weather is like, and if necessary, and if the schools have to be shut, then they will be shut. I mean, I'm not going into this that they can't be shut.
So you're saying children should stay indoors, stay home,
I'm
not attend school, because Delhi doesn't have its act together as far as fighting pollution is concerned?
I think you are repeating that point ad nauseum. There's no need to do that. There is a situation which the state government is confronted with it. They are trying their best and they will do their best.
You can watch live TV on our website mbnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/magicbricksnow. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at magicbricksnow. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/magicbricksnow.